Shiba will outpace all the meme coins. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm 5x5, but man, it was a rough morning this morning. I did not sleep well last night, but I am here. I'm doing the show today, and I got some news to go over. I got a lot of stuff to go over, and I'm going to be doing some TA at the end of the show. And if you're interested in trading, you can do so at bybit.davincij15.com. Link is in the description below. Okay, thank you all for voting. I don't think we're going to make it here, but if we do, if we make it up here, man, I'm going to give away, I don't know, 0.1 Bitcoin to somebody. If we somehow make it to the top, right, one of my viewers is going to get 0.1 Bitcoin just because. All right. Crypto staking rewards are now 450% higher than the S&P 500 dividends. All right. So a lot of you guys out here, right, like yield, right? You want to get yield. Yield. I need to get yield. I need to get my dividends from S&P or whatever, right? And the reason why you want yield is because, you know, you're holding a depreciating asset, and so that's why there's a nonstop seeking for yield. And this 450% is probably the yield in the token that you're receiving, not in the dollars. So I would be careful with that. Secondly, one of the things you need to understand is most cryptos have a fixed supply. So where are they getting the yield? How's this coming from? Where's this coming from? Now, I understand that Ethereum has a constant growing supply and it has a fixed yield of 7%. But that's because the supply is growing exponentially, whilst at the same time it is being burned, right, more than what's actually yielding. So that's where it's taking a negative. However, everything else, right, most assets, you should not be seeking yield on with that asset. It is a dangerous game especially for Bitcoin. Actually, with Bitcoin, you should stay completely away from yield. Why? It's because there's an absolute fixed supply, and well, how are they going to get more, right? If everybody starts to jump in on their yield, yeah, that's right. It's an exponential curve to take up all the Bitcoins that exist. So don't do that. Don't. That's the number one rule. That's something that people do out of greed, and they lose all their money time and time again with BlockFi. There'll be another BlockFi. There'll be another Celsius. There'll be another one of those places where, hey, deposit your money and you will earn interest. And you know what? Honestly, after I kind of felt that BlockFi was going to fail if there was ever a tail risk and I didn't know what the tail risk would be, and it did, right? It was obviously the USD, what's it called? UST, right? With Luna, and that was the tail risk. That means some sort of event, which clearly can happen, would collapse the system. And so don't do that. Don't take that risk, because that's coming to a theater near you. No matter how promising the project is, saying, hey, you know what, we're safe. Yeah, you're safe until there's an actual big event. So don't do it. Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF outflow surpassed for the first time, right? So supposedly Cathie Wood's ARK 21 shares BTC experienced a daily outflow of 87 million on April 2nd. Well, just so you know, there's a lot of paper hands, so this is why Bitcoin is weakening. The people who are here for the price go up are only here for that. They don't care about the technology, and they are here to take profits when it suits them. And so that's what it is. So expect that from time to time as we march higher with Bitcoin. The paper hands will retreat, and what's up to 100K? Oh, okay, I'm done, and that's it, right? They don't care. They're here for the profits, not in dollars, and not the technology. So for us, the rest of us, right, you have to you start buying this thing whenever they dip, from the dips, on the dips, right? Who sell, because We know where this is going. The paper hands do not. Okay, Nigeria working with Interpol to extradite Binance exec who escaped detention report says. Okay, so the Nigerian federal government is working with Interpol, International Criminal Police, to seek extradition of the Binance exec who escaped detention in the country, according to reports in the local media. According to the government sources quoted that the public Nigerian Financial Crimes Commission partnered with Interpol, FBI. Okay, so what did this guy do? It's like he's a fugitive for long from custody. Okay, whatever. He needs to answer to his money laundering court case. Okay, so I want you to understand the difference between what money laundering is here in this case, because there's two different types of money laundering. There's this type of money laundering where you actually support real criminals, where you don't go to jail for. And the money laundering that this guy did, which is, oh, you want to protect yourself from the Nigerian lira dropping in like value? Here's some I'll take the Nigerian lira and sell them into the market to buy more Bitcoin. And that's it, right? So there's the difference. You're like, what? Yeah, that's money laundering. What? You see, if you protect somebody from taxes, that's money laundering. And that's jail time. But if you are a criminal, right, and you're money launder and you money launder with the bank, that's not jail time. That's fine time. You shouldn't be dealing with criminals. That's bad. See the difference? Moving on. Shiba Inu is on the verge of 4 million addresses as Shiba adoption rate jumps. Yeah, so, at this point, with 4 million addresses with Shiba, you could say that Shiba is reigning supreme. It's not going to go away. Even though it is a meme coin, it is a part of the landscape for a very long time. And yeah, it's going to be up there with the Dogecoin, where the Dogecoin and Shiba Inu are the two dogs that are not going to go away. They're going to be here for a very long time, especially since Shibarium is its own chain. And yeah, there it is. That's why I'm supporting Shiba for now. Whilst I don't see it as a long-term viable option, I do see, prices going higher because you can buy Shiba for a small amount of dollars and watch you can see it and pray that it goes to $1, right? And which it won't, but you'll still do it anyways. So yeah. That's the situation, and that's why, hey, you know what? You might as well profit from this absurdity of people. No amount of people, or not enough people, are watching me to know that whilst I do support you buying Shiba, please understand that it's not a viable long-term option, and it's not going to make you super rich unless you trade it properly, right? So, yeah. Okay. Ethena's token soars 80% since the launch. Now, a top 100 asset amid DeFi bust. Now, I would be careful with this one. If you have any of this token, I think it's time for you to sell. This is probably an indication. This is like they created, what's it called? A stable coin somehow with this. We talked about it earlier this week. So I'd be careful with this one. If there's a flaw in this and they do not fix it or can't fix it, yeah, generally they probably already know what the flaw is, and then they're pumping this up. This has happened a lot in different cryptocurrencies. So please be careful. Dump this coin until the flaw has been announced and we know that it's nothing, right? And then you can buy back in. All right, going on to the TA for today, you can see that Bitcoin, we are, heading down right now on this hour. And the question is, will it break down? Probably not. I think we're stuck in this new range here. It'll probably stuck in this range for a while. If we break down further, if you do break down further, I think you have a buying opportunity. If we break below the $64,000 mark, I think you should be buying somewhere around the 63 all the way down and holding this right as the final like breakdown. Because if this thing breaks here, I think you can just walk away at 61,000 or just under 60,000. Let's see here. Yeah, 60,700, 60,600 ish area. Yeah, this is the takedown. I think it's somewhere around here. Let's see here. If you start buying a little bit here, right, you have to like take this. This is the safety margin here, right down below here, right at 65. And I don't think it's gonna wick down. If it does wick down, it's over. I mean, because this is a double top in its game, right? So you take this, and it's going to take a while. Of course, it's not going to be overnight. All the way to you could take this all the way to 100K, close to 100K. But yeah, you could take this just a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio to start off with. Start taking profits, and so that's still in the range, right? So you can start taking profits because that could be like, oh yeah, you know what? This is just a dead cat bounce, right? You take a little bit of profits, you hold the rest until break even, maybe. Or you take profits to hold the stop loss at break even, and then you say, okay, well, if this continues to go, I'm going to profit majorly. So buying anywhere in this here, so that you reduce your risk all the way. So if it goes down, you get an average right of right here, so that your risk to reward ratio is very, very high as you average in the buying zone here until you get stopped out. So that's what I suggest you guys do, is to average in right around here, right, somewhere around there, and that's it. There's the trade of the century, right? See, I think Bitcoin is ready to. I think Bitcoin is probably going to run, but there's still a possibility that hey, this breaks down and we head all the way to 50K or even for the 47K. If this thing breaks down below the $60,000 level. Okay. Ethereum, pretty much the same thing. It looks like a double top. A break of the lower level is the disaster zone. You can see right here, right there, the $3,000 mark, $3,050 mark is the danger zone. Danger zone. Yeah, so we can't break that. So you can see that, man, we're probably going to retest this area there, just below that's wick down. So you can hit the buy zone at the end of that. Do the 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and start buying in all the way down, and then walk away. Right? Now it could bounce here, of course. So it could do something like this, and you could go, oh yeah, stop loss, and then you go like this, but it's dead, right? So just so you know, and yeah, that would be that. So yeah, be careful out there. It's going to be a wild ride. There's no clear indication whether or not we're going to break higher on those trades, other than the fact that we're in a bullish sentiment, bullish market, all-time highs. We should be moving higher. We shouldn't be reversing back so quickly from the all-time highs. We should be taking off, continuing, because show me a new high and I'll show you a buy. But Wall Street has a hold of this, and so crypto a little bit. So things are a little bit different with crypto. But at the end of the day, if you're holding this long term, it's going higher, period. Whether it goes to 47K and then go higher, or drop, bounces here and goes higher, Bitcoin is going higher. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just where you're going to get your Bitcoin. So start buying, hold your Bitcoin for the day that it's money. Don't regret it. Be the legend that everybody calls me by holding your Bitcoins all the way till it becomes money. It's in your lifetimes of your lifetime, you're going to see that happen. So take advantage. Thanks for watching.